What's up, everybody? This is the Wakinda BlackNerd cast. Is this nerd cast? Um, we come today in a somber moment than anything. No, we talk about a lot of anime, nerd shit, movies, TV, wrestling. But as you can tell, someone's missing, and it's not by choice. Uh, we lost a good friend and our brother Tez the other day, and I guess this would be in our way, our celebration to him, his and our own homegoing to him. I guess we can go around and say a little bit about him, tell one of our favorite memories from meeting him, or something like that. As long as we've been knowing him, and we keep it short and sweet.
Well, I think I've only known Tez for about a year. I believe it's going on like a year.
Mm-hmm.
I always get my dates mixed up. I'd be like, I know you for about 15 years, right? It'd be like 6 months. So
it's a little it's way over a year because I think you met him for your birthday.
yeah. No, but I mean like even but we were doing the podcast before then, and I'm like, is that 2019 or 2020? I feel like it's 2019.
It was 20.
Yeah.
It was 2019.
So I feel like
Crisis on
so it's been
Infinite
like
Earth.
a year and a half, almost 2 years. And I guess a good memory of him will be when he came for my birthday because nobody else showed up.
That's what she said.
I hope she didn't say that.
And well, it was the first time I met him, and I didn't know what to expect because sometimes people are different online than they are in person, and so you don't know what you're gonna get. And excuse my French, that nigga was no different in person than he was online. And like, well, I'll take that back. He was a little different. He was way more like confident and exuberant when he was in person. Like he had everybody. Jesus. Man, he had everybody in like it. He had everybody in like the Star Wars talk. You know, he was ruffling feathers as he usually does. But it was great conversations, and like, you know, me and him was getting to know each other, and like it was just like it was a dope first meeting. It was a dope first meeting. So as much as I rag on him, like it's going to be super weird to not hear him like
tell you you're wrong.
Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm wrong, or tell me like to shut up because I don't have his back against something. Like we all ganging up on him, or like who I'm gonna say 27 dresses to now. You know what I mean? Like I had inside jokes with him and stuff like that. So I will miss him as much as I rag on him. Like underneath it all, like good guy, great guy, goofy, you know, a little weird, but I like weird because these three people in this room are weird. So I'm weird.
You mean y'all three, not me.
Oh, that's cute. I really meant you.
Says the person wearing the Kylo hoodie. Says the person wearing the Kylo Ren hoodie.
Hey, look, don't do that.
And then they heard Kylo. So I'm just saying, you know.
So like La, I known him about the same amount of time. I had heard of him a little earlier than that because when me and Mark were first doing the show, we had to come up with a beat, and he's like, I know somebody. I'm like, I know somebody. I'm like, all right, well, let's try your guy first. So we tried it, and it was Tezla. And then him and La came on for the Crisis on Infinite Earth show. By the way, we'll never do that now. We're never doing night.
Actually,
night
it wasn't Crisis. It was fucking.
Which one was it?
It was Birds of Prey, right?
No, it was Avengers. No, it was either in game or it was our collective of the top 20.
Oh yeah, that was everybody.
It
was like 18 people on that fucking show.
Yeah, I gotta revisit. That. It was good.
Then found out kind of how all of us do that are into it, that he's into the Sport of Kings wrestling.
Oh my gosh.
And once you find out you got something that in common with somebody, you instantly become friends because it's not that many of us. So we just got talking through the group chat, the first one. We've had like 9 of them and through this podcast. uh it was Royal Rumble 2020. And I had a situation going on where I didn't have access to my car. I knew he was going to watch the Royal Rumble. My other podcasts that I do, they were having a Royal Rumble meetup party, as we usually do, at Buffalo Wild Wings downtown. And I'm like, hey, you want to come? He's like, yeah, I'll make an appearance. I'm like, all right, well, since you're making an appearance, you mind picking me up since we both on the east side? He's like, yeah. So we get there, and
I like it.
It's actually one of the last group. It's the second to last group activity I've still had now in April of 2021. The last time I was around a massive group of people that I wanted to be around. And it was a great Royal Rumble. It was a great, evening. Introduced him to other friends of the podcast. And the biggest fan of my other podcast, Ed, who's one of the biggest supporters of this podcast, he came up to me. He's like, is this Tezla? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I got to talk to this guy. He's very opinionated. I want to talk to him. And it was just that Tezla vibe that, like, if you met him in person from the shit he says on the podcast, you going to want to talk to him about a couple things.
Yep.
I'm going to miss now that I don't have somebody to call me basic.
Yeah, basic.
Bruv is now officially retired because nobody's gonna be able to pronounce it just like he did with the perfect British inflection. Bruv. But yeah, I'm gonna miss my friend.
Go ahead, Lou.
Yeah, I'd say I'll go next. So I actually haven't known him for very long. When did I come on? Like September of last year?
Something like that, yeah.
Right around when
Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, because I came on for the Lovecraft episode. So
that seemed like so long ago. That's crazy.
It does. It seems like it was forever ago. But I think that's because we talk every day, like not like all the time, but like it's always something going on in the chat. And I didn't actually meet him in person, but that didn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Like La said, like same in person, I'm sure.
Same
as he was online, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? He was such a big personality that he couldn't be different in person. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that as soon as somebody sees him in person, they gonna want to fight. You know what I'm saying? They gonna want to argue with him. That debate was gonna happen, and he was always down for it. And I guess my favorite memory, because I don't have many like with him, just me and him, but he invited me to go on his show, and we did the first episode of a show about nothing. And it was really just us chopping it up, and we were just, kicking it. We were talking, and we went from anime to wrestling to Star Wars to we were just talking because it was a show about nothing. There was no topic. So I actually had a lot of fun with that one. I got to get my little shit off, and he got to debate me on my opinion as usual. And it was just a really good time. And we were gonna do it again because I felt like I had more to fight with him about. Because we always have something to fight with him about. Always. There's always something with him. Yeah. And I appreciated that because I don't get to talk to many people who aren't going to just be like, oh no, you're right. I like the spirited debate, especially someone who's so passionate about it. And you could tell he was passionate about everything he did. And I'm gonna miss him. And I haven't even met him in person. But he was one of the best things about this podcast. I love you guys, but it's gonna be different without him.
Yeah, he was
great.
Definitely the heart of this podcast. Um, I've been knowing Gerard for 2 years now. I met him accidentally at a birthday party for my best friend. Ironically enough, it was in Royal Oak. For the first time us four got together, besides Lou, we went to go see Birds of Prey. He had already seen it, but when I met him was at a birthday party, and all you could hear is this loud ass guy fussing. I'm like, who the fuck is this at this table? Coincidentally, we shared some other friends, one of my high school friends. And my high school friend was his friend who was his wife. So my friend Sterling, his wife had came to my best friend Vernon's birthday party. We was at I think that place is not even open no more. Mr. B's. And we was in there, drinking and dancing and shit. And apparently they were supposed to meet him somewhere else, but they had stopped by Vernon's thing and they wind up just staying. So Tez brought his ass there. He was like, where the fuck are y'all been? And he was a fucking riot from the first day I met him. He got into a conversation talking about fucking Kingdom Hearts and how fucking terrible it is as a game. And I went into a spirited debate with him, but I just knew I was like, I'm not gonna win this shit. So I let him have it, and he had some points, but he had most of the points. I didn't have any points. I was somewhat drunk too, so I really couldn't have that conversation with him. And ever since then, it was kind of like something clicked, and I got his information. There's another guy, Justin, that was there, who he kind of introduced me into him. Besides him being there, and like we traded Facebooks and shit, Instagram, and we've kind of just been talking ever since. And I knew I saw he made music, and I loved his beats and his lo-fi style and other stuff he was making. I kept going on his page, just showing him love, saying this stuff was good, keep going. And then like Kyle had said, we needed an anthem, we needed a theme for the podcast. And the first person I thought of was him. And he fucking delivered. I can't remember what we had first. I think it was something I put together. And I know Kyle was tired of that shit. So I'm just like, we need something else. And he fucking delivered. And every fucking intro y'all heard, even though I chopped up the intro and the outro, but that was his work. I talked to his mom yesterday, and she told me that she knew who I was, first of all, and that surprised me. I didn't know if you have certain friends, and you don't know if they necessarily talk to their parents, but she knew who I was, and she had said that he was so happy for us to have in his life, and that he loved us.
Yeah, I talked to her earlier tonight, and he said he loved the podcast, and he just I don't know, man.
I mean, you could honestly, like, that really doesn't surprise me. Like, I can tell that he loved this, man. Like, he loved this type of like round table Camelot-ish.
And this was him. This was definitely him. Like, this is so up his alley. He gets to yell and fight with 4 other people.
Right.
We're not gonna back down and go come back next week for that shit.
Man, and we'll always come back and reference it again. Like, but remember that time you said this, you was wrong. You'd be like, bruh.
Next week we were supposed to be doing one for the NFL draft, because we started a whole new group chat, and every day been sharing out stuff about NFL prospects, who we think the Lions are going to draft. NXT, we're recording this on a Wednesday. Last night, NXT was on Tuesday, and that's something me and him have been talking about. And I can't watch nothing now. I can't watch the draft. Can't watch wrestling. Don't let me see Ray Fisher.
Man.
I had one of those moments where I had saw something. Said I need to send this to Tez. I'm like, he ain't here.
Yeah, I had one of those moments on TikTok. Yeah. I was like, I gotta get this to him. And I was like, I can't.
Right before Mark called me yesterday, I shared this thing out about the Ian Bagamoto from Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
And
he would have loved that.
I was getting ready to tag him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know he don't like being tagged and shit because he always says don't tag me and nothing. And I'm like, I'm not gonna mess with him right now. I'm just gonna post it in the group.
Yeah.
And the second I saw it, I thought about it. I'm like, oh man, he's gonna love this.
Yeah, he the first person I thought about.
Like, it's a wrap.
When I saw that. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna find nobody else, maybe in this world, like that we all like collectively know, that had so much knowledge on like everything.
Everything.
I don't think there was anything that like one of us could be like, oh yeah, I watched this. This nigga easily come along like, oh yeah, you know, I'm on season 4 of that. I'm on season 4 of that, you know, so just wait till you get to this. You be like, bruh, I just found this.
Like I thought I was doing something when I started watching Jujutsu Kaisen. I was like, y'all ain't on this yet.
Nah.
This nigga talk about I read the anime or I read the manga and here it is. Yep. You know, this is what happens for the next season. I'm like, bro, how you just gonna tell me what's gonna happen next season? I thought this was mine. Like,
nah.
Well, Jujutsu Kaisen is about to get crazy.
Yeah. He sent us the manga, which I'm really happy about because, you know, I feel like that was something that me and him shared because we you know, talked back and forth about that. Mm-hmm. And he was my like anime go-to guy because, you know, I'm new to the anime life. And, you know, that was something else we talked about too. We even discussed why like a bunch of people are into anime now and they weren't. Like, it was always something that he always wanted to like discuss and understand and get a perspective on. Even if he didn't share it, he still wanted to hear your perspective on it. And that was special because a lot of people just have opinions and they don't want to hear everybody else's opinion. But if there was one thing that I got out of the what, maybe 6-7 months, yeah, something like that I've known him, it's that if I don't know about something or haven't seen something, I can at least get some type of summary from Tez or some type of opinion on it from Tez.
Like, real quick, should I watch this or not? He'd be like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna give you 5 facts on why you shouldn't watch it. You'd be like, okay,
exactly. Okay. And then it end up being 10.
You feel me? Like, next thing you know, y'all need a show. You know,
every top 10 list, he always had like 17 ready. Yeah. Like, I'm like, it's gonna be 10 minutes. All right, well, I got 17. So how many honorable mentions we doing? Like 2.
Yeah, definitely.
He had parchment papers filled with like top 10. He'd be like,
notebooks. Like,
he had like, notebook full of shit.
Man, he had his quill ready. He was like, what y'all want?
Oh like, man, he showed me that piece of paper. I'm like, bro.
I was like, come on. I was like,
didn't he send us a copy of his list for the Marvel one?
Yeah,
a copy of his list.
Yeah. It's in there somewhere. It's in our chat somewhere. Like, I'm like, bruh.
That's probably an old one. But yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. He will definitely be missed, man. Like, literally, like, I know people be like, oh, that person was one of a kind. Like, I think people throw that around, but I really feel like Tez is like, I don't think I'll meet another Tez.
I mean, hell, he was into wrestling, he was into football, he was into comic books, movies, anime, TV. Music. I mean, ain't too many people you can meet that can hold a conversation on all that.
Like, what was it? The real question to be, what wasn't he into? And I think Warner Brothers and Ray Fisher are the only things he wasn't into.
No, he was definitely into that. He was into trash.
I actually just seen something over the weekend about it. And I'm like, I know he ain't feeling good. I ain't even gonna get him riled up. I'm not even gonna share this in the chat. I'll just let this just come in the ether and we'll eventually talk about it. Because I cannot see or hear Ray Fisher's name or see his messed up hairline and now not think of him.
Oh no, like he's like whether Ray Fisher knows this or not, like he's forever immortalized with Tez like on his shoulder. I don't care. Ray Fisher could be in a movie about one of the greatest things in history. I'm gonna be like, Tez. I'm gonna see. That's all I'm gonna see. That's all I'm gonna think about. Cause
He was his
you
J.
see
Jonah
Tez
Jameson.
standing over his hairline, like,
Yep. Where is it?
Where is it?
It's gonna be like little Tez's on his forehead. Like it should be here. It should be here.
Oh man. We didn't want to do this too long. We just wanted to show our brother some love.
Yeah.
I said this on a post for what kind of
Louder.
page, Instagram, Facebook. Oh shit. I said on a post for Wakanda, Instagram and Facebook to say like you will definitely be missed, but you'll never stop being loved. Like you were loved by us, and you were loved by so many other people. I've been going through Facebook, and all I keep seeing is more posts.
One of the last things I said to him was I loved him.
That's good, man.
I ain't gonna say what I usually say, but just be safe, please. Be safe.
Yeah, be safe. Take care of your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Mend those bridges. Yeah.
I've spoken.
This is the way. The beat master, the master beater himself, JayTezla. Say what's up to everybody. Come on, dude.
What up, everybody? How y'all doing? I actually want her to be Sue Storm.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
And let me explain why. And I'll
go ahead. I'm sorry. No judgment.
Let me explain why.
All judgment.
I don't care. So let me finish. I don't care. It's my opinion. Go.
What's up, everyone? And welcome.
I'm she did that and made her girl. So, Chaos. A couple weeks ago, you talked about removing Lou from the podcast. I'm gonna second that now because that was a heater I had. I'm like, well, maybe no one's gonna pick this. No, it's too obvious a pick. No one would pick that. Leave it for me to pick.
I'm like
that.
I'm like Mandalorian and Stranger Things are my two that I know somebody's gonna say.
She
and
picked Stranger Things a week before Halloween. You an asshole. Ooh.
I'm just saying.